A hen was carrying a duck baby for a wild duck, but the wild duck only allowed her to eat 3 small fish a day. When she wasn't full, she could only drink rainwater to stave off hunger. The hen, named Alice, was a chicken on the farm, but she was tired of laying eggs every day. She longed to hatch her own baby. To escape the henhouse, she went on a hunger strike and played dead, until the farmer finally threw her into the dead chicken pit in the wild. Just as she regained her freedom, a weasel set its sights on her. In the nick of time, a mighty wild duck appeared, kicking over a cart to trap the weasel and saving Alice. From then on, Alice fell in love with the tall, handsome wild duck. Alice wanted to return to the farmyard, but was rejected and driven away by all the animals. With no choice, she went to the forest and found shelter with the help of an otter. The otter told her the wild duck was once captain of the wild duck guard, possessing lightning-fast flying speed. But in a 3-day, 3-night battle with the weasel, though he blinded one of the weasel's eyes, his own wings were broken, and he could never fly again. That day, while the wild duck was away, the weasel killed his wife. The wild duck chased desperately but couldn't take flight, only able to watch helplessly as his wife was carried away. Alice came to visit and unexpectedly discovered an egg still in the nest. She resolutely decided to hatch this egg in place of the duck mother. When the wild duck returned and saw this scene, he silently turned and left, but came every day to bring small fish for Alice's nourishment, and at night he guarded outside the nest, fighting off the weasel. The wild duck told Alice the baby would hatch at the full moon, but that was also when the weasel would be hungriest. He begged Alice to protect the child. That night, the weasel indeed attacked. The wild duck lured the weasel to the mountain for a final battle. In the fierce fight, the wild duck was forced to the cliff's edge and severely wounded. In the final moment, he dragged the weasel that was biting him and leaped off the cliff, choosing mutual destruction. Infuriatingly, the weasel survived and even carried away the wild duck's corpse. The grief-stricken Alice cried all night at the cliff's edge. The next day, returning to the nest, she found the baby had hatched. Alice quickly took him away from this dangerous place. Alice brought the duckling to settle in a beautiful marsh. The duckling quickly learned to swim, and mother and child lived happy days. But as the duckling grew, problems began to surface. Other animals rejected them both, mocking them as freaks. The duckling also noticed his differences from his mother. His mother couldn't swim, her feathers were always wet, while his own feathers were waterproof, and even their feet were shaped differently. The duckling began to doubt whether Alice was his biological mother. His wings itched with the desire to learn to fly. He first tried learning from bats and failed, then later nearly died jumping from a height, fortunately saved by an owl. The marsh residents complained to Brother Otter, demanding he drive away this noisy mother and child. Alice sensed the duckling's growing distance and decided to learn diving to accompany her son. But Brother Otter spoke the cruel reality, because her feathers absorbed water while the duckling's feathers always stayed dry. A hen could never learn to swim, forcing herself into the water would only lead to drowning. They were completely different species. The otter advised Alice to return to the farm, saying all the animals here hated her. Alice looked dejectedly at her reflection in the water, finally realizing that a chicken could never learn to swim.